Hi, welcome to Jade Kind Gaming. My name is Adam, here with the 7th session of the New Divines Dungeons and Dragons campaign. We have Eric as Stan, we have Austin as Rolfur, we have David as Terry, we have Bob as John, we have Ryan as Billy. Last time, beyond leveling up at the end, they've all reached level 11. We'd ended sort of mid to late day. I guess it's the 14th day since you guys have been back to life. Alice, Billy, Stan, Rolfer, and Terry have all just arrived at the courtyard of the palace, arriving for and mingling with the visiting nobles who have arrived there for the feast. Whereas John is in his room. He just identified all the loot he'd stolen.
Obtained.
Stolen. From his
Allegedly.
theft. He'll have an evening free as he does not want to go to the party. Not the partying type. But so let's begin with our party crowd as you're kind of gathering there. You're just a little early for the actual feast, but certainly not alone in that as his fellow nobles gathering. I believe Billy was enchanting them.
I was giving them inspiration.
Inspiring.
I also wanted to have a quick chat with Alice.
Yeah, you can find her easy enough.
Yeah. I basically talk to Alice, and what I say is that when the guests have arrived and we've got a moment, I was going to give them a performance if you were willing to help me out, if you could give me a spotlight.
Yeah, she can do that.
Alright. Sounds good. I'll tell you when.
Yeah, she's like her biggest worry seeming to be, do I know when that's supposed to be?
I'll tell you when.
I can manipulate the light, sure, but anyone else mingling? Is Terry staying there, or were you sneaking around to the kitchens? Or
no, Terry is not going to go to the kitchens. They told him that they were fine without any assistance.
Yep.
They didn't want the assistance. Terry did what he could beforehand. So he is absolutely going to be spending time mingling. He'll make little knickknacks as necessary to just kind of appease nobles or to talk about things like little origami things out of just like little mechanized origami if necessary. Point is that he's trying to do he's trying to impress the nobility as best he can.
sure.
And I mean, I don't know what godly abilities he can really do, but I mean, besides getting just proficiency in whatever he needs, and throwing luck points around, but he will be doing those.
And are you more aiming like a one-on-one each for a few people, or are you trying to get kind of a crowd together to?
Terry will be happy to take a crowd,
Go with a performance
but
check.
he will focus on one-on-one.
Okay, performance or persuasion, depending on what you're.
Okay, well, we will definitely do the persuasion then.
Okay. Put one-on-one with someone.
Oh,
So
and FYI for people who are at the party using my inspiration dice, if you fail the check, you get to keep the inspiration die.
If I am forced to do a performance, I'll spend the inspiration die, but I'm going to keep it if it's just proficient.
Persuasion.
It's a D10 for me.
Okay, that is
What was the check?
debating if I wanted you to keep that or not. I'm not happy with that, so I'm going to use luck point. There we go. So that went from an 18 to a 29.
I love that you weren't happy with an 18.
Yep. I'm supposed to be. Look. If I don't get anything less than exemplary, then I'm coming off as a charlatan.
He's not wrong.
I almost want to go grab one of the random origami pieces I have for. Okay. And it's a dragon.
And when you
It's not a real one.
pull the tail back, and you'll see a little piece of fire spits out, just like from a little piece of flint and steel. Little sparks.
Like a cigar.
It catches on fire.
It might after a few tries.
She burned down the castle.
That would not be a lucky thing.
The castle is not particularly flammable.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing.
Huh. So I rolled a 1 on creating that origami. Then I rolled a 1 on my luck check. Then I rolled a 1 for the drapery. Then I rolled a 1.
Why did I make you roll for drapery?
Why is this happening?
Roll 1
Adam
for
is just
drapery.
telling us you're not allowed to be a god of luck.
But can you be a god of bad ideas?
Change my character.
I mean, the first bad idea was trying to play a god of luck.
Ding.
What is Stan up to? As people are gathering, I believe you're walking around in your like armor.
Yeah, I'm just all shiny and whatnot.
Resplendent.
I like that. Thank you. Yeah, I'll mingle with people. Mention that I can heal any ailment that ails them. Does anyone look like they need healing in the area personally?
No, none. No one does.
It's almost
All
like
of these noble party guests seem to be in good condition.
All the guards. How are they looking?
They seem just fine.
Noble showing up bleeding half to death.
I made it.
I'm here for the
Is there a
party.
blind noble that's just like the one rich guy who's just randomly blind?
I would focus on STDs. It's probably more common in this
Yikes.
kind of.
How you
society.
doing? Grabs the guy by the crotch. Heal!
Be pure!
Just walking past everyone doing the stealing spell.
I've restored you.
Just checking.
Restoration is on everybody. No, mingle and schmooze and try and get more followers.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah.
That was not how I rolled.
I'm less
21 on
proselytizing.
persuasion.
I don't need a roll.
I want my camera to look up like that. Let me fix this.
Doo-doo, doo-doo.
Like, Terry is much less proselytizing, so much as trying to prove the divine claim.
I mean, you can prove the divine claim. Someone hurt him and I'll heal you. Just hurt yourself and I'll heal you.
Different goals. Different goals. Same thing. Different goals.
What about Rolfur? There's all sorts of people around now.
Yeah, I take the time to try to get to know people, especially higher ups or anybody who looks like they take an actual active role in rulership. Gotta build that network, man.
Good kitty.
Oh, since I'm here though, I just got that autism thing fixed up. I get David and the little girl to sign the book.
Terry. Yeah.
There you go.
Sign the book.
He comes up with you with
Protectors,
his soul book and
Just sign
says,
this.
"Just sign here."
What?
Don't worry about it. It'll keep you alive.
We'll worry about this another day, and I'll sign it then. Look, I just got out of debt.
We know the kind of debts you're into.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
try and
you-
get them people on
Yeah.
the list to sign my book.
What do they get for signing your book?
Give the protectors. I put in the general chat when I was asking about it. Whatever sales pitch you need on there, but it's with your permission, a creature can use his action to write the name on a page, which contains number of names equal to your proficiency bonus. When a creature whose name is on the page hit points are reduced to 0, but not killed outright, the creature magically is reduced to 1 instead. So another healing thing.
But it's kind of weird to randomly come up to me at a party and say sign.
Yeah, you're
Hey
right.
man, just sign this. Don't
I'll do
worry.
it later. I'll
Let's
handle
talk
this
about
after the party.
Yeah.
And you only get 4 entries.
Yeah, I wanted it situated. That was mainly it.
Yep.
But yeah, Rolfur, you're able to find some higher up nobles, but you get the feeling that there's maybe some that have some generals, some that are more in the military side of things that might be closest to a leadership role.
And
As
there's
it
going
is
to be
all
plenty of nobles that have gout.
yeah, and there are people that have people that serve them immediately, but not necessarily out of large areas. They're more, the local nobles from within the kingdom, as opposed to there being neighboring noble families like from other kingdoms at this event.
Well, that's good too. I can talk with military dudes and just talk up the value of good record keeping and remembering the lost. Because that's all I'm really here to make sure people understand is important.
Of course, we have the term is dowries to pay for them, and they'll be passed along to the family that they're supported. That's I presume what you mean.
Well, I mean, that's good, but no, I'm talking about like the memory of people, legacies, man.
Legacies.
Immortality.
For some of the higher generals who've done notable things, perhaps statues around
pander to
the
the
table.
audience. Bring about that. You need to keep track of that stuff, and I'm the person who can keep. You can send me if they want to compile like a list of deeds. I will make sure that those deeds are immortalized and memorized and never forgotten. Like pander to the audience. Just definitely. You want to be remembered? I'm the guy.
Your prayers
would
to
send
you
that too?
are just memories.
Petra's Farm remembers.
Yeah, have you ever thought about your legacy? Will your legacy last 1,000 years? Because it will if I remember it.
Legacy.
It's a pretty good sales pitch to nobles.
Yes, that's what I'm hamming up.
And where would that be
Wait,
sent
did any of us hear
to?
this? I will support him on this.
I didn't hear you.
And where would that be sent to?
Well, for now, you would want to forward it to the Castellan's office here at the palace.
Right.
I'm currently the acting Castellan.
Right.
Pray.
Presumably they have much of that there. Things have been noted by...
It's a bit disorganized. I'm getting the office in order.
Of course, so many great things to be remembered. I mean, must be quite a job.
Well, I have a very thick book with, functionally infinite pages.
That's what the kids are calling it these days.
It's a magic flip book. I start flipping pages, except the pages never stop flipping.
And let's see here. Yeah. And going about each of your conversations, mingling, Rolfur, you notice that a few of the
Dramatic pauses.
Pause!
Nobles.
people that work for the nobles, the
Staff.
staff, Anyways, yeah. Basically,
servants.
there are people that are basically now messing up about the main door that goes to the that enters from the courtyard into the hall.
Subjects.
Well, I make sure not to interfere with anybody who looks like they're doing work. Wink, wink. But if I get the chance, I do definitely mention to the lower people that everyone deserves to be remembered, not just high-born nobles. I mean, after all, children do need to know of their fathers and mothers. But otherwise, if I notice people doing things, I specifically don't interfere.
Okay. But
especially if those things involve barring doors.
More of the opposite. They are basically preparing to open the doors. They're getting things ready to. You're noticing that they're preparing to invite the guests in, basically lining the stairs and getting ready for the grand entrance in.
Well, that's good.
Few trumpeteers from one of the upper walls sort of present a
fanfare.
That's a great word, a fanfare. That's better than the word I was coming up with. As the doors are pulled open and everyone's kind of attention is then drawn towards the chamber as the king, King Reese, is sort of standing on the other side, arms open wide as the doors are opened. Greetings. I guess he's not here, so. Greetings. I am so glad that everyone has been able to make it here. It seems that times are blessed, nearly divine. You'll be amazed, as he kind of looks around and catches a few of your eyes, to really learn who some of those that you've been mingling with so far today are. We have some astonishing guests. In addition, of course, to all of the regular amazing guests that you are. Please, we have a feast, festivities, perhaps an evening of dancing.
Perhaps.
And kind of waves, and then sort of walks down the hall. And some people kind of start to file towards it, and those, I want to use the word squire, employee, whatever, are basically greeting people at the door and taking them to a seat. So the group kind of starts forming, heading towards that direction. Presumably all of you do the same?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Otherwise, as you make your way in, you find that the hall is greatly decorated with bright colors and banners, just really lightening the place up, covering much of the gray stone with color, basically. And that the central carpet that leads up to the throne, which of course the king is now settling back into, has basically two long tables in the center of it, as well as the tables on the outside that were present before. Those outside tables, if you pay attention, have the same general people, the local nobles, as it were. It kind of know where they sit, and they kind of have their own personal spots. Whereas the longer of the central table that is closer to the doors is where most people are being seated as they're brought in, and there is an additional shorter table between that one and the king where you guys are each brought to.
Very good.
there's already some basic baked goods set out on the table, and shortly after you're seated, someone will walk by with a couple choices of wine to fill the goblet before you. Do you have a preference of wine or?
I know. We enjoy ourselves.
I think he was asking if you want wine or something else.
Yeah.
Honeybee.
Or a type. Yeah, if you have a type of wine, but they have a few that they're with them, but they're willing to go get other beverages.
Well, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Terry definitely asks for nicer things.
I request
so,
a
like,
honey wine. Yes.
He has no problem with. He actively chooses his options based on what would appear most, like what would appear
In
opulent.
best taste.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask because you clearly had something you're planning to do. Do you have a time that you're planning on doing whatever?
When I find what would be essentially an opportune time for a performance, if they've got like a stage or a place where the musicians are.
Okay, so that'll probably be after the meal, more towards.
Yeah, sure.
Dancing on that.
For the moment, what I'll be doing through whatever the course of the meal is, I'm just going to try to schmooze with people and get to know them and be charming. I'm not going to be going over any of the religious stuff. I'm just going to tell stories and be friendly with people.
Okay. But yeah, so things are settled in, with the doors closing once everyone has taken their seat. Although throughout the dinner, at least, they once or twice are opened again as a few late comers are brought in and brought to their seats. Which is very noticeable whenever anyone does, as all of a sudden from this windowless, or whatever, I guess there's probably some windows that are covered with drapery, so basically artificially lit room is just all of a sudden opened to that sort of evening sun that sort of is at the angle where it shines straight in, so every time the door kind of opens, everyone kind of notices who's showing up late.
When the very first person that shows up late comes in, and we see that, I ask,
You asked
Alice. So no, I talk to Alice. I say, hey, when someone comes in late, could you make eye contact with them and make the light so that it doesn't, so that they can make a more poised entry, but like maybe stand as you do it. Make it maybe a little bit more obvious that it's you.
That's conflicting. Make it so they're not obvious, but you're in the
Well, like the
center
point
of
is that like
attention.
we want, like, it might be good for you to have these nobles that are coming in embarrassed late not be stood out, but you make eye contact with them as they're coming in.
If you wanted to do something like that, so when the door opens and the sun shines and everybody looks to see somebody's coming in, have Alice essentially catch the light in her hand.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's a
you
good
phrased it
idea.
really weirdly, but that's what I was thinking. Like the way Ryan just described it, like absorb all the light, where to show
Very
like, you
good
know,
idea.
you didn't just break spotlight. Yeah.
Okay, so you did cut me off.
Sorry.
From saying, no, it's fine. It's almost ironic. From saying, some of them do seem embarrassed from it. Others seemed more to do it intentionally for the attention. Some of them are almost like intentionally showing up so that they're noticed, that they're there.
Steal that thunder, Alice. Steal it.
Well, yes, I made
Match
the.
check, Robbie.
That's how important I
She'd
am.
rather not mess with those. She's a little timid for that.
Mhm. Well, Terry is trying to encourage her to break out of that timidness.
Like a meddling old man.
No, you're the old man.
Yes, but I don't meddle.
I think you need a dictionary.
I don't meddle. I sabotage.
Yeah.
It's very different.
But otherwise, as you have settled down and the doors are shut, that's when they basically come out and to each one, describe the options available for the meal.
Duck meat.
Yeah, they will bring out meals. Like, they have a number of things that you particularly, Terry, gather they must have just prepared like 4 different meals for each guest in case everyone wants the same.
Right.
So they're like, you could just sort of sense like the preparation that underwent with that. But at the same point, you also know most likely it means that the staff and everyone gets to eat great tonight, because whenever there will be a lot of food left over, that it's just kind of going to them. So
Terry actively gets the opulent food as the first course.
Mhm.
Terry eats probably enough food for 2 or 3 people. Like, he greedily...
They will definitely bring more out if you pull someone away as the meal goes. However, in addition to the platters of plates, which, in addition to the main meal, the meat, the duck, the pig, whatever, you kind of go with, has a selection of various steamed vegetables, and paired with something, whether it's, some sort of stuff, like a meat pie version of it, or one that comes with like a mixed noodles. But furthermore to that, once people have all been fed that, they kind of bring out sections of large cut fruit and things, and place those on the table, like on this outside centers of the table beyond where the breads are set, and sort of add that as more snacking thing.
Okay.
And that's kind of...
Well, Terry is going to be doing, like, he's never going to be sitting still. He's going to be eating far more than he needs to. He's going to keep himself clean the whole time, magically so if necessary. So so he's being opulent and gluttonous. But at the same time, anything that's left on the plates are going to find themselves in arrangements that are either pleasant or pointlessly functional.
Okay. Otherwise,
like a kid when they like play with their food and make something out of it, like a dinosaur out of a starburst or something.
But you're all tucking into meals, and at least early on, like it is definitely
kitty.
Yeah, definitely the idea that I almost wonder, does that the cat jumped on the keyboard and now that's why his camera went away?
I'm in the kitchen making lunch.
I know. I think the cat just went and turned off your camera.
Take that.
Well, I guess if you're in the kitchen making lunch, I won't move on to you quite yet. We'll keep going with them for a little longer. So you have your meals, and that's basically how the evening begins. It's like you came for a feast. They very much, other than his little minute and a half talk, it very much begins with feast. And as people are finishing up, especially the people that were served first, the main platter, and some are picking from other breads or fruits or things, or requesting seconds. But more people tend to then gather. A few people then go up to the king's attendant to, sort of almost seem you're close enough to gather, basically put themselves in a list to have an aside talk when the opportunity is there. They're almost like listing themselves for that, whereas others are gathering to other nobles they haven't seen, and a number of people kind of come up to your table and are You know, you are the new people here, which is more noticeable now that you're all gathered together, separate, and closer to the king. So you do have some people coming up to ask, you know, who are you?
I'll let other people answer that first, if they want.
Freaking cat.
I mean, you... So do you... As in, you don't answer even to the extent of your name and...
No, like, I give other
from.
people, like, we've got a group here.
Yeah.
Terry's a very forward, very confident fellow.
Mm-hmm.
It's in his nature to, or at least in his habit, to step up and answer and, like, take hold of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
He's actively stepping back and making sure that everybody else has an ample opportunity to take control of the conversation first.
But, say, some of them might possibly recognize me, given that my prominence in the previous life. But if they ask the questions about the identity of me, if they don't know me, or any of my friends, I say, all good questions, worth knowing the answer to, might take a little patience and time. Just you wait, all will be revealed.
You can shut people down real quick with that.
That's... Why?
Because he is planning a performance, is what he's doing.
Like Terry is asking.
Okay. No.
Like Billy. Why?
To be more dramatic.
Okay, you've got a plan. Gotcha.
To be more dramatic. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Terry's like had no idea that there was gonna be a thing.
Ryan, make a luck check.
Alright.
I want to make the luck check.
I know you do.
Let's see, and my luck score is +2, so 21.
21
There
is
we
enough that
fucking
you
go.
sense in the room after you've shut down a few people with that kind of statement that the only thing you've really accomplished is to gather the more people stop coming up to your group as the word has circled, and the mystique and mystery of this separate table that is sitting before the king is all of a sudden gathered, like, and from like down the way as you look down the other table, you see the guy showing off the little origami dragon.
Nice.
Few people talking about the little. It's like, yeah, no, I was just talking to people. He came up.
I tell the my friends here at the table that I'll do a performance when I feel the time is right, and feel free to come up and join me if you want.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sure you got this.
Give me a few seconds before we go up there, and I'll guidance you.
Yeah, Rolfur, hit me with inspiration.
You haven't gone up yet.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you probably have a little time before, because it'll probably be once.
Wait, inspiration lasts a while, doesn't it?
Inspiration.
How long does it last? Because I can't remember if it lasts a long time or a short time.
10 minutes.
Yeah, so that's not super long.
Nah, it's not like an hour or something.
Yeah. But then I will prep you with information on who's who.
Alright.
Very good. So we know, so that way he's able to prep where he's looking in the audience as he talks.
Yes.
Otherwise, yeah, as plates are cleared, there's actually someone that is coming around with a rolling cart with various desserts, sugared pastries, churned ice cream.
As opposed to unturned ice cream?
As opposed, you're not there.
You're being sarcastic, asshole, somewhere else.
Terry continues
Marketing drone.
to embody opulence when it comes over and overabundance.
Yeah, and as they're sort of serving these and clearing the platters, they clear the breads, leaving the fruit for a longer period of time as during the dessert portion.
Okay.
And really, it's only after that they start clearing. As people finish with their dessert plate, they clear those, and then they finally basically clear the tables down to a tablecloth as they're preparing to move them from the middle of the room. So that we get sort of that point where the feast, it's probably taken 2 hours, 2.5 hours of just eating, and some people getting up and going and talking and sitting down. And definitely a lot of stairs over to your table once things are. But that's where we're gonna take a brief moment here and say, John, what's John up to?
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna spend the time looking for, first of all, any prayers.
Make a look check.
Okie dokie. Wait. 17.
17. Yes, you have some prayers, but not necessarily,
Actionable ones?
Yeah, not necessarily actionable ones. Number of just a few of them. Some sounds of a gambling hall, praying over things with that, and a few that really don't make much sense for praying to you, but they sound like probably cobalt voices. But let me catch this fish.
My cobalt children, the most important.
What if I could really just do that? You arbitrarily end up with a group of cobalt followers.
I'm going to go ahead and spend my time then working on finding more money for the group.
More money.
The group needs money. I've got a plan. I just need some money.
Have you tried a pyramid scheme?
Make an investigation check.
Which I can do now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's under a 5, so it's a 10.
Plus.
Give me a second, geez whiz.
Just math, it's not like it's hard.
21. I don't know the number.
Yeah.
It's not that it's difficult, it's that I did not know what the number
He had to get to
Right,
that
right.
page.
Literacy is difficult.
It's not nice to make fun of him for that. 21. So, the most notable source of easy to come by money is that in the section of the city closer to the palace, there are a number of fancy carriages, various, basically makeshift stables that have been added into this area where things are just sort of saved for some sort of event that's going on this evening, where people of great wealth have traveled for quite a distance to get here. Whether it's...
So you're saying all the attendants are not in the hotel rooms where the money's being kept?
The people are attending the party, and... Yes. I'm sorry, I broke down the words you said, but yes. That's probably a reference to something that I don't get, but yeah, their things are out here, while they are in there. And a few of them, of course, have,
you got unattended stagecoaches.
An odd, person that's in charge of watching over something. Definitely not as many people as there are, things around, and none of them seem to know each other, so wouldn't be that hard to disguise yourself amongst them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that then. That sounds like fun.
So yeah, you sort of make your way in, sort of as the sun is setting, and you can sort of hear that bustle from inside. Through the stone walls, there's just that light hum. And yeah, there's various carriages to even just simple horses that have, saddles that have gold stitching, that, bags on the side of who knows what. Are you looking for anything in particular in this sort of situation, or you're just seeing what can stick to your fingers kind of thing?
We're the sticky bandits.
I got that reference.
Thank you.
And so how do you go about interacting?
References.
Yeah. How do you go about, like, sort of navigating this sort of makeshift stable area that's been set up outside here?
Well, I once was a stable boy.
You were? For a king, even.
For a king, even, yes. So I'm going to go ahead and use hard-won skills of ages past to sneak around acting like I'm attending the horses when I am actually relieving them of their supplies.
So with that, you're not really even needing a stealth check then. You simply need a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Am I good at that? I am good at that. 24.
24. So definitely taking your time going about it, but you're doing well on that. Note somewhere. A sheet of paper? No, but I do have a note card right up here. So meanwhile, just inside those walls,
Meanwhile,
as the desserts are cleared away, and some people come to fold through the tables, which actually, you'll notice these are sort of hardwood tables, but you notice that they fold in a way that, two people come to either side and basically fold them up and away from the people sitting at them. So literally, you don't have to get up from your seats until after they've basically folded up the tables to it. To Terry, someone will actually come up aside you and note, and we will simply be putting this over there, where we'll be bringing the chairs. If you desire any more later, you're certainly free to pull one of us and ask. We can pull some more up.
Terry is going to boisterously, so that others can hear, make a proclamation of that. Oh gosh, how do I want to say it?
Finer victuals could not be had.
No, like he's trying to like drive home the point that greed is good. That it is a desirable trait to enjoy oneself. But I guess I don't know how to say that properly. Can I just take a diplomacy check?
No, you can just say it. You're able to say that. Yeah.
Okay.
Almost like
Cool.
a bastardized version of make hay whilst the sun shines.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will enjoy these grand foods while they are available.
Yeah. Yeah. The point is that this story is what we're doing here is going to probably go down in some kind of legend. So
I think everything you're doing is potentially going down in some sort of legend.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. But the point is that this information, once Ryan gets his thing out, then we're gonna be it's gonna spread word of mouth before any kind of actual book writing goes down. So Terry is making sure that there are points to be said before even that happens. So
I gotta say,
anyway.
my part in this is definitely gonna spread. People are gonna be talking about it.
Merriment should be enjoyed while it could be had.
Otherwise, as the people are standing up, they first then take the chairs that have already been abandoned by people that are going to talk, and they move those towards the outside, basically behind the normal set of chairs, and they're kind of basically setting up a seating area back there for people if they don't want to be in the middle once things are there. And Rolfur would notice that the people manipulating it are sort of back on the corner, towards the entrance door, but off to the corner there. There are people that are messing with chains, basically, but just glowing bright lights lower down from within the curtains of fabric that are draping from the scene, basically adding colorful light into the room amongst the existing sort of mix of magical, like, solid white light and, you know, torches and candles that are already in the room, now with, like, blue and purple lights lowering down to sort of give a different look to the room itself, as the an assortment of musicians who, Rolfur, you would know at this point, and they were the same ones who trumpeted the fanfare at the start, are basically gathering on a stage off to the left of the throne, sort of off out of the way, but enough where they're in a position where the sound could travel over the room, but if you're not sitting over in that area, it could also be ignored for those that just choose to talk during the the evening.
So we'll have a section of dance.
Yeah, and well, at this point, they're just sort of beginning, you know, a slight violin kind of thing, and like they're basically, it comes in very slight and is just sort of adding to the ambience of the room as people are transitioning from feasting to socializing. You do get the sense that they are all waiting for something before anything grander goes on. Glancing up towards the king, they are basically awaiting the king to bring on the next session, as it is clear that the room is moving towards that. They're kind of waiting, but as they socialize here. And he waits until basically all of the chairs have been cleared from the center, and either people are just, you know, standing around there or have taken their seats off towards the outside of the room. Well, you've all waited very patiently, and I hope you've enjoyed this great feast. And he glances over towards Rolfur. And I'd like it remembered, and he names a few names, which Terry and Rolfur know, are the head cooks. And he basically just sort of labels them as should be remembered for the great, by the magic they can achieve with flame, with a good seasoning. Now, we're here for joyful company. And I told you, you'd no idea who we had in our presence. I beg you, think not that I am mad. For, through great will and desire, in our presence today, I have seen fit that the gods have returned. Do you interrupt at some point?
Yeah, say when I notice that he's beginning his speech and talking about remembrance, I go ahead and get prepped for me to go upon the stage, and
you notice the stage itself is off to the side, as if not to be seen very well.
Oh, then I pick
there is like a large open area in the middle of the floor, which would likely be the dance floor and such. The stage is basically where the musicians are preparing, but it is the only reason it is raised is to help the sound better travel through the room. It is not the band is not something to be watched so much as to give the music to the room. So, but there is, you know, open area, and you guys sort of command the front and center just before him, as that's where your table was before it was cleared. So you kind of have the floor before the throne, and the throne is what everyone is already looking at.
Okay.
Would you like a floating disc to stand upon?
I'd say that was work. That'll work. I was questioning whether or not I should summon my Pegasus into the hall or not, but kind of
probably not.
Kind of
Pegasus poop is hard to get out of carpet.
Probably later.
There's
Do
no
that
carpet.
later, like as we're leaving.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Floating
I'll
disc
put up Terry's floating disc for him.
All right.
Not tensors, but Terry's.
Nope.
No, Terry's.
Yeah, Terry's floating disc.
And you
But
gesture to Alice.
gesture to Alice.
And
One other thing.
Mhm.
I cast a major image, and I'm going to be using it as a way of creating accompaniment visuals to the performance.
Okay. And she just sort of has basically all of the light in the room sort of direct itself, almost as if those colorful light globules are now almost like a spotlight towards Billy, and sort of in effect, there's enough of them that it's sort of filling your entire little area of the room, but sort of centered him, as well as the normal lights, and even the flame seems to only be casting its light in the general direction.
But got my hurdy-gurdy out. But yes.
As the king sort of, as he has announced, we have gods amongst us, and you sort of do something. He pauses to watch.
Say, hold your breath, make a wish, count to 3. But yes, I start my performance. Come with me, and you'll be.
Land of pure imagination.
Yes. But I go ahead and use my major image, and I'm going to be creating, essentially, if you want to see paradise, look around and view it, and I create a image of kind of what I'm thinking of as far as a land of living creatures, of candy and good scrumptious things, and all the different things that I've had in my dreams. But I perform. I perform my song. Then, one by one, I'll use my imagination to also envision the different things while I continue it of the other gods that are here with me.
So you direct it towards Terry.
Yes, Terry.
Do you add anything as he? How do you assist with? How do you join in, or do you simply smile and?
No, yeah, let's up this a bit. I will cast creation. Does that take time? Spell creation takes 1 minute. Okay, so as
you could have been
he's
preparing
prepping
this
up,
while he's doing his other parts in the spotlight eyes are on him. Yeah.
Yep. And I'm going to have a podium that is where we are, that I will then craft out. That'll have it'll be like a wooden podium with like colorful banner across it, with various sayings from our pamphlet on it, as well as precious metals that are like adorning it. And as he directs it towards me, that will pop out, and I step up on it and take a deep bow for such a fat man.
So your man boobs are spilling out?
And there's plenty of space on the podium for the rest of us too.
Nice.
And he directs it over to Stan. Do you do anything? Or
Wave.
you just kind of
step up on the podium.
Yeah.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Don't just sit there.
Over to Rolfur.
Yes.
You
give a little speech.
In the middle of his words, and it's important to remember.
But I had time to think about this. Yeah, I issue a
remember this day.
Yes, remember me.
That's fine. We can have a spoken word section in the middle of in between a verse.
Yeah, no, yeah, you could.
It's fine.
No, we can. We're doing like song and dance now.
Yeah.
I'm not a performance guy. I got half. I've got half proficiency.
Yeah,
better than
We
me.
can do spoken word.
You're proficient.
Right in there.
Yes, I got half. See, I've got a lot of charisma. I can at least make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to my TED Talk.
Let's see here. And then you direct it to Alice?
Yes.
To which she, in a moment, curls around the podium as her spectral dragon form, as she just sort of turns into an array of stars in the form of a dragon, and then back to herself to land up on the podium.
So proud.
So we all just got one upped.
Well, she was given a lot more notice that something was going on.
I'm
Yeah.
so proud of her.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here
I
full
give her,
spotlight on me.
using my illusion, I give her a lovely backdrop to do that for.
And then, so that's those that are present.
Mm-hmm. I'll go ahead and craft my illusion to its final form of the old man, who appears for a moment and then disappears.
Few whispers from that. And do you basically end your performance at that?
Yeah.
Make a performance check with an assistance. You have advantage.
And guidance.
And do I get inspiration?
Yes.
Thank you.
Out of spite, no.
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 What is this at this point? What is this number gonna be? what dice are you rolling? Is it
How many
a
dice are you
4, a 10,
rolling?
a 4, a 10, and then
2 d20s.
2 d20s for because advantage? Yeah, okay.
I'll take that 19. So we got 19 plus 6, so 25 on top of my regular performance ability, which is 14. So we got a 39, one shy of 40.
And it takes almost an extra beat after you've stopped before Alice realizes, oh, back to normal, and like releases the lights back to as they were. It takes her almost a moment longer. And you are met with applause, starting with the king. And he's sort of definitely looking around and seems, if you glance sort of behind yourself, appreciative. As it seems that in general, the group around does not think him crazy. Which was definitely his immediate concern with there are gods now?
Yes.
By the way, I'm not insane, I promise.
Yeah, that's what he said. It's like, yeah, I beg of you,
Yeah, no, I've
don't
got a
think me
paper to show.
crazy.
Got a paper to prove I'm not crazy?
It's this little pamphlet that was given me by this stranger on the street. I've been assured it's real.
Strangers on streets don't lie. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, otherwise they wouldn't be on the street.
Yeah.
I love the internet.
So, and he continues on his speech, adding a few more details about you. I believe when you had introduced yourselves, you told him about the entire pantheon,
Yeah,
and he'll kind of briefly mention that, sort of almost on the side of, and while mirroring these who we've brought here, there are more in other nations. So be ever vigilant.
From those evil gods.
Yes. As far as we know.
I think these stories might have gotten a little out of hand.
I'm just worried about that this one over here might end up being more of a problem.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Can we trade him for Tortle?
First of all, fuck
no,
you.
No, we're not
Me and Paul are gonna be
trading.
bros.
No, we're not
Second
trading.
of all, where do you think all this money is coming from?
Yeah, no.
The lack of gratitude is frankly galling.
I
There has
appreciate
been
it,
nothing
Bob.
but gratitude in game. You've gotten
It's
breakfast.
David
hot
who's a
breakfast
jerk,
every
not
morning.
Terry.
No, Bob's doing something vital. Let him work.
Yeah.
Let the man do his man things.
Listen,
Man.
not everything can be horseshoes and roses, all right?
What?
Not everything can be horseshoes and roses. He
It's
said.
a standard idiom that everyone knows.
Yeah.
I have the charisma to make that stick. Don't tempt me.
I believed it.
We can put a happy face on everything. Bob can do all the frowny face stuff.
But otherwise, quickly evening moves into. So the music picks up after he's finished with his bit of a speech, where during which he calls out a few other choice nobles and thanks them for specific things they've done. One that's shored up defenses on a certain line, or
I take note.
yeah, another who's bothered to, I've heard good word that you've cleared, arranged to clear some trouble that we've had in a certain area, etc. Just sort of almost naming certain things. And again, with perception, Rolfur is the only one that seems to notice, but he's kind of, with each one, he's kind of trying to get a judge from Rolfur on how he's doing.
How good are you remembering?
That's important. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm totally.
But enough
wingman
that you can tell, like, he
get the right
is.
person.
Yeah, he is definitely thinking and trying to get sort of like, okay, so this is what the right thing to do is to do, right?
Yeah. I definitely. Yeah.
But yeah, and sort of evening goes into some music and dancing. At which point you notice that from the steward, the assistant who'd been taking down names, people are called one by one for the next like hour, with certain people that just wanted to have a word with the king while they were there, and so he basically is back at his throne as different people are collected, brought over. He has his talk quietly with them, while the rest of the room starts to enjoy dancing. So John, outside, as he's now, hearing whatever sounds and festivities picking up within.
Early birds might be leaving soon.
Perhaps. But within that, as you're gathering things, you're just trying to get quick, small things. How are you?
Prioritizing?
Yeah, how are you prioritizing or managing to store whatever you're picking?
Well, as for storage, I can always just swallow things. What I would probably be doing is I would be taking items and moving them somewhere else so that I can go back and retrieve them later. So I'm stashing things.
Okay.
Not don't begin in nature's pocket.
And for the most part, the things I'm going after are either things of obvious value, gems, that sort of thing. Gems like just straight currency. And also anything that would be clearly magical. That is of a reasonable size.
Yeah.
I'm not stealing Grandpa's greatsword.
Make a luck check.
I'm kind of doing
I wasn't thinking there would be anything magical. Make a luck check.
weight by value. 12.
Well, yeah, you don't find anything that's seems magical, other than you're pretty confident that one of those horses has some magical horseshoes, but you are not confident that even with your skills that you could stealthily get them off of the horse.
I have sleight of hand, not sleight of horse.
Yeah.
You're sneaky. You're not that sneaky.
Yeah. They're almost
How
nailed
sneaky
in.
Are you steal a horseshoe from a horse sneaky, or just like regular sneaky?
24. That's just right.
That's regular sneaky. Yeah.
But yeah, you managed to pick up a few, basically within, saddlebags where there were extra pouches of coin, likely used for troll or other needs basic purchasing on the journey, but not necessarily a pretty bag to keep on one's waist while at a noble event. You find a carriage that has a interesting design of gems along the back that you just don't think were secured nearly well enough to the actual, like, the...
Bounced right off. Strangest goddamn thing.
Says you sort of pick it up with the dagger behind you, just sort of pick, and then just pop it up into your hands. But yeah,
unfortunate.
This is just shoddy work.
Yeah. Someone should know better. But yeah, you managed to get there and get the sense almost of all of a sudden the music from the room does for a moment get louder, and you sense that a door may have opened and there might be the beginning of people returning out here, and kind of feel probably a good time to go unless you want to try and do riskier things as there are.
There is something else I wanted to try to do. Did I notice anyone that I thought would be a spy from my own network? From my son's network?
Not out here.
If
you would like to try to take a place to hide and not be obvious as you're watching people leaving, you could probably find a spot to basically perch and keep an eye on
Once they start leaving, like, I kind of gather all of my goods, and I find a piece of paper, and I write down on it, God, probably something obnoxious from their training, from when they were learning to spot tails, like tag your it kind of thing, and then I'm going to put my seal on it, like my coded seal.
Yeah.
Just scrub.
And
yeah, pretty much.
Where are you leaving this?
I'm going to be, as I'm watching them, I'm going to try and sneak up and slip it into one of their pockets.
Okay, so you're particularly trying to find someone that is within there.
Yeah, specifically from my.
So first you need a stealth check.
Ooh, okie dokie.
Oh, you have to actually be sneaky to sneak up on someone.
Also, even for 25. A stable boy, just to even for a stable boy, just to be watching everyone that leaves the call would be a little odd. So,
and especially for spies who are trained to notice weird things like that, stable boy's paying an awful lot of attention.
Yeah. 25. And then, of course, with what they are, you would also need a perception check.
Uh, 17.
You feel it would be likely that that there would probably be someone has been sent to this kind of thing, but but you don't spawn them as they come.
Oh, good for them. I'm not even mad. I'm just proud.
Yeah, no, you're like, what? I bet I missed them. I bet they were there.
Oh, excellent. Good for them. Wonderful. Okay, I take my ill-gotten goods and I transform into like a fat person, and I hide it under my clothes before I do that, so it makes up the bulk of my fatness in my transformed form.
Yeah.
So I hide it underneath my onesie, and then turn into like a fat, drunk guy who just kind of wanders off.
Okay.
Kind of looks like I'm wearing nicer clothes, but also not nice enough that noticing me makes sense.
Like you work for someone who has money.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You wandering anywhere particular?
After I grab all of my ill-gotten gains, I go home.
Okay. So you're going back there. The rest of you end up with quite a lot of discussion. People coming up to talk to you.
For sure.
asking what you're about. You at a certain point, you notice that there are a few people that almost seem to go up to each of you individually and try and say, what are you about? A number of other people are coming up to you and saying, no, seriously, how?
Well, when a mommy goddess and a daddy goddess get each other and love each other very much,
Well,
they inevitably plan for their eventual death.
Because they'll get eaten.
They
still
write down
working
a
on-
detailed plan to make sure that everyone knows who gets what after they pass.
Yes.
We're still working on a lot of the specifics when it comes to figuring things out. But the powers that were are still the powers that be. It's just that the powers that be have resonated through us. Enough time has passed, and the new gods are rising. And
Just organize these little pamphlets like MLM recruitment doctrines.
Yep,
You need to
pretty
get in
much.
at the ground floor if you want to really profit from this.
Yep.
So
We're not
much
making a
time
lot
has
of business
passed.
now, but we will in the future. You want to be a million?
Yeah.
You want to be your own boss?
Jesus
Worship,
Christ.
worship
Anyone
God
can-
now.
And here I thought
I don't know.
I was going to be the most evil of us.
Worship God.
Pretty on persuasion to anyone that comes up to me.
You gotta remember,
believe in-
Austin's essentially
Is there
a
any-
superpowered bureaucrat.
Yeah.
Are there any multiple language people? Like, are they speaking different languages? Like, if you believe in me, you can understand everyone else now that you didn't believe here before.
There might be a few people that are speaking in side whispers and foreign languages that you might hear, but in general, no. People are speaking of the common tongue because they're at a social event where everyone's gathered.
Oh, and I mean,
I use that
Terry,
as a demonstration, though. Like, if you believe in me, you will suddenly not understand what he is saying because you don't speak this language.
That guy who was trying to whisper something about how his hemorrhoids have been acting up is all of a sudden real embarrassed.
well, let me fix that for you.
Yeah, he's all.
Bro.
Oh, and look, boom, he's fixed.
You get at least one. What were you saying, Terry?
But yeah, no. Terry is leaving the actual religious discussion to and explanations to them, and just trying to live more by example at this point.
Do I have a group of people that I can...
Yes, you can. Any one of you can easily gather a group of people. You have attention here. You have truly become the focal point at this point in the.
Very good. Alright. Well, yeah, I'll spend time talking to whatever the group of people that I've got and answering their questions, and when I'm ready to send them off, I say, if you meet anybody who has not been aware of us, go ahead and have a chat or send them our way and tell them about how we new gods have returned to the world, and we'll
Prayer is important.
yeah, prayers are important, and that the afterlife awaits you if you come to follow us. And I cast mass suggestion on them.
What are you?
Bam, little mental manipulation.
Otherwise, amongst things that are brought up during this, you do end up with people asking, like, are there scriptures? There were books of old of importance that were passed down from the old gods.
We're still
Are
writing
there-
those.
Yeah, they're
Are
being
there
written.
icons? Are there symbols of a holy nature? I've an old collection of rusted symbols from the old gods. Any such things?
Yeah, show off my hat. That's my symbol of faith.
Can't help but notice that Bob was laughing.
Okay, when you said symbols of faith, he's like, I have these old rusted symbols of faith, and I just see him walking around going, tang, 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 with symbols.
I believe!
I had an insane thought. It amused me.
You be crazy. Otherwise, evening goes about. Billy,
Yes.
you gain 28 followers.
Very good.
Alice gains 22.
Oh, Adam, one last thing.
Yep.
Are there real big skeptics that come up to us?
There aren't real big skeptics that come up to you. You sense that there might be some people that are avoiding your group.
Okay, well, if there are people that come up to us and be like, what's the, or you know what, no, after this, I'm going to single out the people that were actively avoiding us,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, obviously, like, downplaying us and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell them, there is one that you can pray to for answers. Pray to the old man. And just
Make a
leave the
persuasion check.
mysterious, and, so,
Make a persuasion check.
okay.
I'm gonna get a bunch of prayers going, okay, old man, the fuck is going on?
Okay,
You're
that
not real.
that is going to be a luck die for sure.
You can eat one
Well,
of my
that
inspiration
2 became a
dice if
5,
you
so we
want.
got 16.
Okay. It's probably still going to do better than he was before.
Yeah.
He'll at least have a roll as I'm rolling through your guys's.
Hey, I was part of the performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll explain who it
Very
is if
small
people ask.
Alright.
No, as far as Terry is concerned, these people that are going to be like saying we're charlatans and stuff, even if one of them says a prayer to the old man about this, then I mean either A, they'll become a follower because of shenanigans, or B, they're going to get fucked. Either way, I'm okay with this.
Terry gets 12 followers.
Bam.
Stan gets 11.
I'm more of a people's deity, anyways.
Rolfur gets 18.
Woohoo.
And the old man gets 5.
Nice.
As your worship increases, I believe that puts some of you to the 5th divine rank, which
Puts me there.
you can start working for if needed with the notes, but otherwise we'll talk about things between sessions if you have questions. So I'm guessing, does John start counting up the money once he gets back to...
Yes. Yes, I do.
Should I wait for you to be back before I tell you how much you got?
If you wouldn't mind.
So meanwhile, while he's back counting, do you guys, people do start slowly transitioning out from the party as it is late. You gather from some of the conversations. Some of them have inns locally, but many of them basically are setting out this evening to at least make a journey towards home. So they can't get too far into the night. Some of them have, a couple hour, like if they're within like 1 or 2 hours of home, they're just basically going back. Now, do you guys, at what sort of stage of the room filtering out do you guys want to leave?
I'm okay with staying late. I want to make sure that there's somebody there in case to talk to in case there's like lag bouts.
I'll go ahead and call my Pegasus to me and leave with the main bulk of the guests.
Okay. kind of make a little show as you call down, like, into the courtyard.
Yeah.
As people are leaving.
Okay.
One of these, because I have one of these.
One day, this could be yours.
I have it.
Okay, so we'll go back to John with counting money. First off, you get 10 emeralds, which you would guess to be worth exactly 1,000 gold apiece.
Each?
Yes. Each. And those were from the back of that nice carriage. They just weren't set well enough. Much of their value is definitely in the fineness that they were cut. It seems that whoever set them in didn't want to risk damaging them, and
What a shame.
otherwise. Next page. There you go. Presuming you did see some things, and you probably almost like grabbed a bag, opened it, noticed this noble's carrying mostly silver. They got to keep their money, kind of thing, or maybe their money got put with somebody else, where someone else's bag was picked up, maybe.
Just some silly buggers. With
Yeah, you check it as you're going. Oh, this one's gold. Here, they get this silver instead. The person who had silver has nothing. The person who had gold has silver. But picking that up, you get.
So I would not have switched gold for platinum. I would have just taken both.
Okay. 70 gold. And 80 platinum coins.
We don't need to take on a dragon. We just have a dragon hoarded already.
You guys
Bob
don't
is our
have
dragon.
shit.
Bob is our dragon.
But think about how many fewer followers you got to see.
Do you know what kind of dragon he is? He's a handlebar dragon.
The most fancy and fantastic of dragons. Yes, yes, yes. Don't be jealous just because you can't grow a decent mustache. Adam, look at these peasants. Look at them.
Ridiculous.
So many inadequate mustaches.
The difference is the way I grow mine. When I'm a normal person.
How dare you? How dare you say I am not normal? I could be a town butcher, or a blacksmith, or an old-timey bartender. You don't know what I could do.
I was thinking old-timey banker, but okay.
Barbershop.
So,
I don't
anyways,
say
does
I'm
anyone else
ashamed,
do
but I
anything in the evening before heading back to the factory? If any of you wanted to pull the king aside, you certainly have an audience available. If any of you wanted to speak to any more of the stragglers, you could.
I don't think
You
so,
do
yeah,
notice
I'll
as the
schmooze
evening
king
has cooled
some more.
down and the king finally has few enough people coming that he'll even, come borrow, a noble's wife for a moment and dance her around the floor.
Just borrow her for a moment. Yeah! It's good
just
to be
gonna
the
take
king.
Our kings.
In a respectful way. You...
Hey man, it's his
Okay, I'm just gonna take this real quick.
it's his
Don't
royal privilege.
Just saying, you want your taxes, or you want to pay your taxes or not? I mean, I did pay my taxes. Oh, there's a new one.
I'll just schmooze until pretty much the party's over,
It's just
and then wander around town looking for people to listen to prayers.
Raise-
Yeah, I just well,
Need to head back
it's late by the time if you're staying to the party, because by the time the party is over, you'll notice that few enough people are there that that actually some of the people, and I guess, what about Billy left early. Terry, you were staying for questions. You're staying. What are you doing, Rolfur, as the evening?
Well, is it like late?
I mean, it's getting late, and people are more and more filtering out. Billy has already left at this point.
Then I continue to network. This is a good opportunity now that we're in the more casual. People had some drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we're in the more casual setting, try and focus on if I can get news on people who are not here, like individuals who are noticeably absent.
Okay.
Because I'm definitely going to dream them later.
So
like I noticed you didn't come to the King's Hall.
You're trying to talk to people about who they were expecting that didn't make it.
Yes.
And then reach out to them for them.
Yeah.
Haunting you.
Make a luck check.
A luck check?
A luck check.
Everybody else gets to take these luck checks.
Hey, for a while there, all I got was investigation checks. So
let's see. 17 minus 2, I get a 15.
15. Yeah, of those that are still here at the end, no one notices. I think everyone made it.
Yeah. There we go. Then we just network regular fashion. And yes, they really should get in on this worship thing early, while you're easy to notice. It's a good time to curry favor. Recruit
Ground
10
floor is
friends.
always the best time.
If you recruit 10 friends who then recruit 10 friends,
You're in.
yeah,
And we're taking persuasion on these.
that's how you get those big props.
You notice.
Oh gosh, we should have a thing where you start your prayers with who introduced you to the religion.
Anyways, Rolfur,
are
you'll notice that a number of the castle staff do kind of come from the back door near behind where the band is, and basically go down the door that leads to the kitchens and back. And basically, at the later part of the evening, the staff is filtering back through the kitchens. Some staying a while, some leaving, bringing plates of food.
so, stay a while and listen.
Some staying in the kitchen to eat, others bringing food with them to wherever
They're eating
are
others?
To serve man.
I mean, you're the cook. You taught them. I mean,
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Yikes. But yeah,
Sorry, not sorry. Keep going.
and at a certain point with the last handful of nobles, you definitely get that feeling as you're at a certain point. Even the king sort of realizes the point, and he sort of bids the evening and retires. Says stay as long as you like, and it's sort of a handful of people that are almost you're slowly walking towards the door or into the courtyard, as it's just that last 8 people that are just not quite. I'll leave when you leave.
He just keeps dropping those hints. He's dropping those hints. Let me know you get home safe. Door knobbing like a madman.
So Terry's here. Is anybody else staying that late? Okay.
So
let's
be.
Yeah, let's head back.
Yeah. Alice probably left not long after Billy.
Did she want to come with me? She could.
No.
Yeah, that's fine.
She has a bedtime.
Yeah, so you make your way back to the factory. Billy has, of course, arrived probably easily an hour and a half earlier.
Oh, it's something that I want to put down maybe in the epilogue of my book is specifically the lesson that the Lord loves the working man. Not only could he solve his own problems, but he'll get my notice quicker too.
That's that good stuff.
Just go straight rush on him.
Do you do anything once back at the factory, or do you guys gather together or just go to bed?
I think we should gather together, but I don't think that's really going to be doable. So we'll just wait till the morning on that, I guess.
Wouldn't we all be at
Do
the
I-
place if
do
we all walk
I-
back?
Do I get any late night prayers as to where the fuck did all of my things go? I was told to ask about the old man if I had questions. What happened to all my stuff?
That's funny.
You get no such prayers. You do get one
Wagoning through the night.
from someone that is sort of. All right, old man.
Yo.
So I think this is praying. How can the gods be? All I've known, they've never been.
Who is this?
It's a
Who's
voice
calling?
you've never heard before.
New phone.
Yeah, I know, but it's a prayer from a person. I can find them, I assume. I don't just hear prayers and be like, gee, I hope I find that person someday. I know who it is. Because otherwise that doesn't
You
work.
can kind of discern the direction through to them.
Yeah, we
what are
can
you trying to
definitely
do in
go later.
response? Are you trying to?
I couldn't hear from over.
Are you trying to target them with a spell? Or are you trying to locate them? You do not know their identity immediately, but you do have a sense of who that is as an individual.
So I know who they are. I just don't know where they are.
It's more, yeah. I mean, you can reach out to find them if you wanted to. You know who they are as an individual, but you don't know their name. You know if they pray again, you will know that is the same person.
What the fuck good is prayer then if I can't find them?
I said you can reach out to find them. Are you trying to go find them?
Yes.
Okay, so you eat. Okay.
Depending upon what time of night it is.
I
am an old man.
At this point, Billy and Alice have returned, but the other three have not.
Okay, so I got hours still.
Yeah, I mean, they probably are about an hour until they're gonna be coming back.
Okay. So yeah, I go find them.
Okay. It takes make a perception check.
Why is it perceptional? The second I get investigation, you no longer ask me to do investigation. All of a sudden, it's all fucking perception.
Well, you're trying to find someone.
21.
Because it was originally just going to be wisdom, and so I decided to let you add a skill to it if you had it. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Okay.
So.
But it was because it's really a wisdom check. You are reaching out to sense them. But yeah, and it takes a few moments where you basically just try and hone in on who that was and where that voice is, as you weave, and you can basically just sort of sense your way to follow to them. And yeah, you find yourself probably around 3 blocks away from where the palace was, outside of a locked, a gated inn. It is of a nicer caliber, nicer quality.
Okay, so obviously I guess I walk in and then I find a dark corner that I know where he is in the inn, or
you get enough to know he's in the inn. You can't really get exactly where. Within.
Okay.
Now this is not a tavern as well. There is no this is a gated to where is the entrance to the lobby, and there's a gate over the door. That has been closed.
So you can't.
I mean, you could knock and see if someone's
enter
inside.
It's an enterless inn.
It is an inn that has been locked up at this time of night, almost secured for the protection of those inside.
Okay, I just go up the wall, I guess, and find this room from the windows.
Again, you're not sure which room, but you can.
Yes, that's
you can
why
find
I am finding
a open
it.
window.
What?
But you do find an open window.
Okay, I'm climbing the wall. Can I get in through that window? Is there
Yes.
someone in there?
No. This is actually led into an empty room.
Okay, then I go in there.
Mhm.
And can I locate him now that I'm in the building? You're making this
Make an
ridiculously
investigation
difficult
check.
to find a worshiper.
I had the same problem. I had to yell out using Thermogy to find my guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want me to make?
Investigation. You're actually in the spot now.
I thought I was being more lenient.
19?
19.
Right? No, wait. Sorry. 21.
Anyone? Yeah, you gather it is most likely that there is, one room that still has a candle flickering from under the door. It seems whoever's in it has not gone to sleep. So presumably as they were awake, and it didn't sound like it was a bedtime prayer, it sounded more like a okay, what did that weirdo just tell me as I was leaving kind of prayer, that more likely they're still awake, so probably the room that looks like someone is awake within it.
Okay, I take on my guise of the old man, and I go and knock on the door.
Gonna get a worshiper
Make
or fuck a guy up. Either way, I'm cool with it.
Make a luck check.
For fuck's sake.
Make more.
16.
16. The voice that sort of responds does leave you confident that this is the person who is praying. As they kind of... I do not require anything further this evening.
You
Go away.
require answers. In an old
What?
and reedy voice.
What?
You requested answers. How? And I repeat his prayer to him verbatim.
The door just sort of opens up. And what was your appearance?
It's a terrible... What?
Are you, like, actually the appearance of the elderly king, or are you...
No, I'm
generic-
the appearance of the old man. So
Generic. Okay.
yeah, stooped with my little walking stick
Mhm.
and my pendant swinging freely with a hood down over my face. Honestly, boy, you request answers. Move. As I walk into the room.
He does. He almost seems like a little... What did that
I'll
guy
shut
have
the
me do?
door.
He does so.
Don't be
I go
rude.
and sit down in his chair, and I go, so, what do you want?
Who are you?
The old man.
What are you?
A god.
Aha!
Somebody asks if you're a god, you say yes.
How? The gods have been dead. Always.
The gods were dead. We have returned in new form.
How can that be?
In times of need, we have been reborn. Our jobs now are to gather the faithful and save them from their burning eternal damnation. Maybe have some fun along the way.
And what do you need of me?
Of you? A prayer now and again doesn't hurt, but in all honesty, gods are here to serve. Not just be served, but to serve. So I'm here to grant powers and answers.
Yeah, there's
Especially-
something hanging down. What was hanging down from below?
My pendant. It's my sigil, which is the two masks from theater.
Theater.
Yeah, I'm like, there's always need, and I take
You
on
kind
a
of catch
very...
his glancing at it.
I kind of go, there's always need, and for someone in your position and I take on the guise and form of a beautiful young woman, of those that need to, and then I turn into him, find answers in untraditional ways. Then I turn back into the old man, and I go, those who follow me always find a way to their answers. There's never any harm in asking.
Right.
So, do I actually know who this guy is now that I'm seeing him? Seeing how I am a noble and he is a noble? Or I was a noble?
Yeah. I mean, like, would not have been anyone you would have known from your time as a king. He is a local noble into another country that is of a lower status that isn't dealing outside of the own thing. You know, he's
Oh, why am I wasting my time with you?
he's watching over a region. He probably has a town of people that live around his area, but that's probably the extent of his actual authority.
I look at him and I just go, so tell me, do you want to raise your station, find your enemies, trick your friends, have a little fun along the way? Maybe you should entertain a troop of bards and send them on their way with tales to tell. True or not, matters not.
I know where to find the bards.
They're good fun.
And he kind of
All of
turns towards the mantle, walking over to get something off the top of it. He comes back, and he just, with a piece of charcoal, draws a rough shape of the symbol. I think we can go far.
Yes. Where there's a will, there's a way. And a good trick is always there to be played.
Well, that may be something I have to learn over time.
Oh, I have faith, my son. I have faith.
So do I, old man.
Good, good. I get up and I go over and I give him a little pat on the cheek. I go, now remember, the best tricks are those that no one finds out about.
Very well.
Jade Kind Gaming does not actually support this.
As I limp out, I walk to the door, open it, close it, and then very quickly and spryly, not like the old man who is crutching away, I back to the room, open and close the door quietly, and leave. So if he goes to the door and checks, I just disappear.
Yeah.
I try to pull a Batman.
Nice.
Well, if he did check, you weren't in there. It would have been after after you left. So with that, you probably make your way back and are arriving back at the factory with as Stan, Terry, and Rolfur are.
I go, look up, I go, how'd your guys' day go? Profitable?
Profitable in prayer.
I'm sitting there rolling two of those emeralds around in my hand like they're stress balls.
Wow. Well done.
I'm like, yes, me too.
You who'd you steal from this time?
Don't know what you're talking about. I
Mhm.
found them. They fell off of a wagon.
Oh, okay.
I mean, kinda.
Well, I think I might. It's like I ate enough that I might just throw up. So I'm gonna go and sleep this off. But whew, I think we did good. I think we did good there today.
Yeah.
I go over to Billy Bonka, and I go and I put the sack of emeralds on his table. I go, do you think your college would accept these to spread the faith?
Yeah, I think that they'd be willing to take that on.
Okay, so just give them all 10 of those and turn them into a multiple church.
All right. I thank you for your work. You have been one of the most productive members.
I go, yes, hard work indeed. So there, I gave him another 10,000 for the freaking college. Are
Yeah?
we done now?
Well,
Yeah.
I never heard that you sent him that money, so I'm gonna need you to send more money.
About more money.
I'm just saying, I'm doing pay to win.
I mean, yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and, when I visit them next, going to put in a special note about spreading the old man's word.
I appreciate that, Billy. I appreciate the crap out of you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta crush him with your wallet, Adam.
I mean, yeah.
Jade Kind Gaming does support this.
It's all good. What's theirs is ours.
Otherwise, I guess we have time. We'll.
Before we take the night,
Yeah.
that Vorpal sword. We still have that sitting around?
You'd have
Nothing
to.
you know about. But yes, yeah, I still have it.
We
Have you told anyone about?
No.
Oh, do we not know that there's a Vorpal sword?
David doesn't know that I've been stealing things. Y'all, yeah, like,
Oh, okay.
well, I mean, you know I keep coming up with, like, the money that's required, but you're
Yeah.
not quite sure how.
Okay. Well, let's do this instead. Instead of that, because I don't know if Terry knows about the Vorpal sword or not.
If
So-
you mentioned something about needing to get supplies to fight dragons, I would give you, like, oh, here, use this, and give you the sword.
Let's see.
I am interested in trying that. I totally want to fight the dragon.
I super duper don't.
If the topic comes up, I mention give the protection to two other people.
So John, with all the findings that you've had, is there anything that I have something prepared today that I can spend a few minutes on. I've been working on it, and it should work, but I should be able to put it in the hands of somebody who wants it in return for liquid cash.
Oh, are we selling it?
No,
I thought you all wanted to fight dragons.
no.
Oh, wait, none of us can use a longsword.
Right, and Terry didn't mention the Vorpal sword because I don't think Terry actually knows about it. So Terry's just going up to you and saying, "I've got a few of these spells prepared right now."
Oh,
If there's
I
things...
pull out the Volpur sword. I'm like, I don't think anyone can use this.
All right. Terry asks no questions. He'll just do it right then and there and spend 10 minutes on it.
Okay.
Cast himself that enhanced ability and see if we can pick up.
Yeah.
That is a good point. That spell that you created is not concentration, so it doesn't interfere with your enhanceability.
Vorpals are very rare.
We're gonna try to sell it at. We're gonna try to sell it at price, at regular price.
Okay.
So I should be rolling with advantage
Yes.
because of enhanceability. Actually,
Hey,
no,
I bet.
I've
I
got
know
luck
there's-
points. Let's take the risk. Let's see if we can get up. No, we're gonna do it regular, just in case I need a third die on it. Because if I'm not mistaken, here it is. The DC for this is probably going to be in the district of 18 or 20. Which I don't think I can actually make if it's 20, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's gonna be the -2 because it is something a wealthy person would.
Yep.
But he's casting Supply and Demand, a spell which he has created to help sell things without having to spend all his time doing it. So you're doing normal cost. You have that. So standard roll, your thing gives you advantage. This would be a city. You get -2 on your roll. Because this is something a wealthy person would only ever buy once, kind of thing. But that is still ridiculously likely to work.
Okay. So we've got
We may
an
adjust
advantage
this.
roll. Well, a natural 20 will get me 24, so I'll succeed on that.
You
Take
will
note that is the advantage die. If I didn't have that advantage, it would have been 9. So, we're good.
Okay. And this was a purple longsword.
Mm-hmm.
So your
But it takes
spell
10 minutes.
over your 10 minutes manages to find somebody in the area who I definitely need to adjust this for. That's what the other column needs to be, is based on how much it's worth.
So, Adam, are you saying I can no longer go snicker snack?
Ha, ha, ha.
I bought them yesterday specifically for this joke. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
I went to the store after we were done eating at the restaurant just so I could make this joke. I also
I like
needed
that.
tea, but primarily Snicker snack.
Now, what did you get for tea?
I got 50 more. I got 100 more bags of Earl Grey because I go through about 200 to 300 a week.
Nope.
A week, not a week, a month.
Good stuff.
So,
Phew.
like,
Well, I mean,
as
I have like 2 gallons of tea a day.
Terry is casting the spell, like he summons up using his conjuration ability, basically a magic mini bake oven, and starts putting this is how when Terry casts a spell that takes time. He actually his spell casting isn't all arcane sigils and things. No, he's literally baking a little piece of magic bread. So yeah,
You're having to
start-
hold the sword the whole time to do it.
Yep.
Man, you guys got too much money this one. So 1 platinum is 10 gold.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So as your sword bakes in the oven and your duration ends, the door falls.
Dings.
Yeah, things, and you sort of open it out, and just pouring from it are 5,001 platinum coins.
It's a lot of platinum.
Just sort of pouring out of the oven.
I will unsummon the oven, and the platinum just goes to the floor, and start collecting the platinum using my cape, using my divine item, so that I don't burn myself on the hot platinum that just came out of the oven.
Mm-hmm.
That hot platinum.
Just making notes on adapting that spell as we continue to refine it. When the first use is I use it to turn a legendary item into money. Well, I guess
Is
you
it
made the
actually
roll. I
hot?
guess you find a buyer who's willing to do it and has the money.
To be
Is
fair,
Is the money actually hot?
yeah, it came out of an oven.
It wasn't in there very long.
You're right,
No.
it's warm.
I'm just saying, I would like my money, please.
Okay, yeah.
You can have 117 of the platinum.
I take 117 coins and just be like, I was expecting this was going to go towards the religion founding, but
I just
That's
gave you all
fair enough.
10,000 gold worth of
Did-
emeralds.
you did what now?
I gave Billy Bonka 10,000 gold worth of emeralds.
Wow.
That's a lot of emeralds.
As everyone is probably around at this point, as the sound of 5,000
Ding, ding,
platinum
ding, ding.
coins pouring out of an oven probably got some
Yep.
attention.
Oh. All right, so 117.
Oddly specific, huh?
Yep.
Almost
It means
infuriatingly
that
so.
now I just have 5,000 platinum.
Oh.
Like, how much does that even weigh? I mean, it's 50 platinum coins to a pound.
And do you want me to bring any of this with me when I go to the college?
you don't necessarily even think that that's necessary with what you're giving them with the emeralds.
Yeah.
You think at a certain point it's like, let's see what the return on investment is for this,
Yeah,
because they can only get things out so fast, and at that point you think you're probably done. What?
And it's like, maybe we could actually buy some equipment to go and kick that dragon in the teeth.
As some of you are now sensing the ability to imbue a structure with power to sanctify a temple, to create a stronghold, a sanctuary, as it were. Money can also be used to have like a building constructed or upgraded to have a nicer temple. That is also a possible thought, because Billy is currently the only one who has his own building that could just be turned into that.
All right. Well, I have one more use of supply and demand today.
That's what my money's going to go to.
So,
is building my temple.
does anybody, cough cough Bob, have anything else that we need to just moneyfy right now?
Nope.
Now that you see how this works, I put item in oven. Oven spits out coin.
I pull out the splint mail and the shield from my bag of holding, and I go, what about these?
Well, I can do one of them. I check them are either magical to detect magic.
I don't think
No.
so.
Okay.
They're mundane. And the shield is kind of garbage, but the splint mail is decent.
All right. Well. Yeah. We'll. If we don't have anything else, then I'll drop a 5th level spell on. Technically, this is taking a 6th level slot because I don't have any more 5th level slots, but I do have a 6th level.
Yep.
And we'll try to upsell splint mail.
Okay, it's 1.5. Alright.
I'm not sure how much it usually sells for.
I don't either. 18 is what I got. Do I get a bonus of anything? I don't think I do. So 18.
18? Yeah, that's sufficient. So yeah, 300 gold coins.
That's
Ding,
all
ding.
yours.
I mentioned if I need to go get money. Eventually.
Oh, you need it?
I need to do this for spells.
Oh yeah, no, weren't you mentioning something about a diamond?
Yeah, I need to go get one of those. So if any of you ever fall, you'll get picked up immediately.
I give you 100 of my 117 platinum.
Okay, that's a little overkill.
I suppose, yeah, you have the ability where the thing doesn't consume the component, right? Which means why not just go ahead and get the diamond for the highest level version of the spell now, so that you have it.
Oh. No, that's a great point. No, I'm only going to give you 300 because I need to buy materials so that I can start filling out my spellbook.
That works.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'll give you 30 platinum then.
The combat-ready resurrection.
30.
Well, if I get 5 more people, I'll have Revivify. Like, I only need 5 followers right now.
30.
Otherwise, anything else before retiring for the evening?
Nope.
For the night?
I think I'm quite happy with how today has gone for me.
Good.
I'm gonna dream somebody at the party that it wasn't a follower.
Okay.
If I can tell they weren't a follower of mine, I'm gonna dream them.
Okay. I mean, you know there's a good chance that they would be a follower of one of your companions.
With that 300
What?
gold,
There would be a good chance they would be a follower of one of your companions, one of your friends here.
3, 4.
I was scared of the word of all of us when I go into their dream.
5,
Like, leaving one, leaving all.
Okay. So yeah, so you hop into a dream of random noble, and...
With the 300 gold from the splint mail, I am going to split that up between everybody, so everybody gets 50 gold, including Alice.
I'm fine. I don't need money. I'm very rich.
Yeah,
How
but
much did you give me total? 3?
well, I gave you 300. I gave you 30 platinum, so 300 gold for the diamond.
Yeah.
And now I'm giving you either 50 or 60, depending on whether or not Bob takes a share. Because I mean, you're part of this. You deserve a share.
I've got all of it, so...
It doesn't matter how much you have.
I think he
Okay.
has... I think he's a little bit,
I
Alright.
neurotic,
literally
and he
found
probably
all
has
of the
really
money
nice
before I
round
do.
numbers on his sheet right now, and he doesn't want to change them.
Okay. Well, everybody gets 60 then.
Actually, I need 1 gold.
I will give you 1 gold.
Good. Now I'm at 200 gold instead of 199.
I am at 250 gold now instead of 251.
It all balances.
I'm just saying, this worked out well. 27 copper, 200 gold, 5,000 platinum.
Like, that's 1,000 pounds. That's 100 pounds of platinum.
A good thing I have a bag of holding.
Hey, there we go. Okay.
Which is kind of what I was wondering if you were using to loot stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because you could have gotten some bigger stuff, but you didn't say it, so
Oh, I didn't know that that's what you were asking.
yeah. How were you trying to get stuff? Yeah, I was like, oh well.
I would have been using my bag of holding, but yeah,
Nope.
you asked it in a weird way.
I mean, I'm me. What do you expect?
I expect you to make clear your intentions.
Anybody
I'm
find
wrong. It never works that way, but that is what I expect.
Would anybody find a set of Tinker's tools useful?
No.
I mean, I could use them.
Okay. I have 1 set of Tinker's tools that I haven't gotten around to selling yet, so I'll just give that to you at this point.
Okay.
Stan, you find yourself in a dream, and you find that it is a follower of Rolfur.
Oh. Pop that persuade on him. If you're gonna believe in one of them, you should probably believe in all of us.
It's not a lack of belief in all of you; it's who they're choosing to dedicate. They can only choose one to be dedicated.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, someone cannot.
Yeah.
Didn't realize that's what the...
You're starting the God Wars awful quick there, Eric.
I didn't know that was a thing. Never mind. If I had known that offhand, I'm not gonna jump into someone else's dream and was like, I'm gonna hijack your guy.
Rolfur, you get a prayer.
Evil Sting's dream.
Can
Back
you
and forth,
stop
one guy.
the Stan guy from coming and trying to pull me away?
Yeah, I'm not gonna start
Or
a
should
that
you,
now.
or you will never heal again.
You can tell that Rolfur's followers because their dreams are very well organized.
It's not to say even that that's their personality for this. You gather, if you talk to them, because you can just have a conversation in a dream, they chose Rolfur because it is very clear to them that that is who the king is dedicating after, and that they seek to follow their liege.
And they should spread the word then. Yep. I'm gonna run with this. Then if I hopped in someone's dream and I didn't know he was already a follower.
You also get the feeling most
Rockers.
likely there might at most be like 3 or 4 people that were there that didn't end up converted to someone with what you guys did. With how many followers you guys gained out of that, you swept the...
And
Would
one,
we have been able to like pinpoint those people?
and
You would
one
not.
of those. Hey, I tried to do that, and one of those
Alright.
3 or 4 people got a visit from the old man,
And nothing bad happened.
And
which I am a little upset about, but still okay with.
yeah, we got any prayers also? Like throughout the time?
nothing actionable.
the second one?
So,
Well, I got a prayer. I want to dream into somebody and say, you know, good service. Spread the
okay,
word, yada, yada.
just bless them. Yeah, you can use them just... Because, yeah, I guess, yeah, like I was saying with Bob, as far as finding them, you do know who they are enough that, yeah, with Dream, you could target them even just to give words of encouragement to...
Yeah. If I'm not doing my major spells, yeah, I'm just hopping into people's dreams like, okay, so a guy just popped into my dream, said, you have really nice things, and then just left.
All
So when I
right.
spread the word, it was really, really nice.
So, we are going to call it there, as you all call it an evening, and we will come back next time. Join us for more. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. It does help us. Thank you for watching. Bye.